Have you ever met someone who just stays with you? Long after they've left the room, their energy lingers in your mind like a favorite song you can't stop humming. You find yourself replaying conversations, wondering what they're doing, thinking about when you'll see them again. Meanwhile, most people you meet fade into the background noise of daily life within minutes. What separates these magnetic individuals from everyone else? Is it their looks? Their success? Their charm? The answer might surprise you. It's not what they do that makes them unforgettable. It's who they are when they're not trying to impress anyone at all. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden psychology of magnetic presence. The invisible forces that make certain people absolutely impossible to forget. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly how to become that person who occupies thoughts, sparks curiosity, and creates lasting impressions without even trying. Your brain is constantly filtering information, deciding what's worth remembering and what can be discarded. Most interactions get filed away in the mental trash bin within hours. But certain people trigger something different. They activate what psychologists call the open loop phenomenon. When someone creates an emotional impression that feels unfinished or intriguingly complex, your mind can't let it go. It's like reading the first chapter of a gripping novel and being unable to stop thinking about what happens next. The key isn't giving people everything at once. It's giving them just enough to want more. Think about the last time someone truly captivated you. I'll bet they weren't trying desperately to win your approval or flooding you with information about themselves. Instead, they probably possessed a quiet confidence, an authentic presence. Here's something most people get backwards. They think being memorable means being dramatic, loud, or constantly entertaining. But the opposite is true. The most unforgettable people are often the calmest ones in the room. When chaos erupts around you and everyone else is losing their composure, your steady presence becomes a beacon. People notice who remains centered when the world feels unsteady. They remember who stays rational when emotions are running high. This isn't about being cold or detached. It's about being grounded. Imagine being in a stressful meeting where deadlines are looming and tempers are flaring. While others panic or lash out, you take a breath, assess the situation clearly, and offer thoughtful solutions. That moment of calm leadership doesn't just solve the immediate problem. It plants a seed in everyone's mind about who you really are. Your emotional steadiness becomes a source of comfort for others. They start associating you with feelings of safety and reliability. And here's the beautiful part. People don't just remember how you made them feel. They crave that feeling again. In our distracted world, genuine attention has become a rare gift. Most people are half listening while scrolling their phones or planning what they'll say next. But when you give someone your complete, undivided attention, something magical happens. They feel truly seen. This isn't about techniques or tricks. It's about cultivating genuine curiosity about the people around you. When you're fully present in a conversation, asking thoughtful questions and really hearing the answers, you create a pocket of connection in an increasingly disconnected world. People leave these interactions feeling energized and valued. They think about how good it felt to be heard. To have someone actually care about their thoughts and experiences. That feeling follows them throughout their day, and it's directly connected to you. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to be memorable is oversharing. They dump their entire life story, all their opinions, and every detail about their day onto anyone who will listen. But mystery is magnetic, and selective sharing creates intrigue. This doesn't mean being secretive or playing games. It means understanding that revelation is most powerful when it's earned. Share your depths gradually, letting people discover new layers of who you are over time. Each new insight they gain about you feels like unwrapping a gift. When someone asks about your weekend and you mention an interesting book you read, rather than recounting every mundane detail, you spark curiosity. When you reference a hobby or experience without explaining everything, you create questions they want to ask later. You become a puzzle they enjoy solving. Here's a paradox. People who seem emotionally self-sufficient are often the most attractive to be around. But this doesn't mean being closed off or invulnerable. True strength lies in being open about your struggles while maintaining your core stability. When you can share your challenges without needing others to fix you, when you can be honest about your imperfections without drowning in self-pity, you display a rare combination of authenticity and resilience. People are drawn to those who can be real without being needy. Imagine admitting you're nervous about a presentation, but doing so with a slight smile and the confidence that you'll handle whatever comes. That vulnerability, paired with inner strength, is incredibly compelling. It shows you're human, but not helpless, relatable, but not dependent. Magnetic people share a common trait. They're genuinely interested in others' well-being without expecting anything in return. They remember details about your life, ask follow-up questions about things you mentioned weeks ago, and celebrate your wins as if they were their own. This isn't about being a people pleaser or constantly doing favors. It's about operating from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. When you are secure in yourself, you have emotional energy to genuinely care about others. That authentic care is felt deeply and remembered long after the interaction ends. Small gestures matter enormously here. Remembering someone's important meeting and asking how it went, checking in when you know they're going through a tough time, or simply acknowledging their efforts on a project. These moments create lasting impressions because they show you truly see people as individuals, not just background characters in your story. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance, between quiet strength and weakness. Truly confident people don't need to prove their worth through constant achievement or loud declarations. Their value is evident in how they carry themselves, how they treat others, and how they handle both success and setbacks. This kind of confidence is magnetic because it's stable. People know what to expect from you. Not that you're predictable, but that you're reliable in your character. You don't change personalities based on who's in the room or what might benefit you most. When you speak, people listen because they know your words carry weight. When you make decisions, others trust your judgment because they've seen your thought process in action. This earned respect creates a gravitational pull that draws people toward you naturally. One of the most attractive qualities anyone can possess is the ability to accept reality as it is, while still working to improve it. This means not wasting energy fighting against unchangeable circumstances, but instead focusing on what you can control: your response, your attitude, your next move. People are drawn to those who face life's inevitable challenges with grace rather than constant complaint. When you can acknowledge disappointment without being consumed by it, when you can adapt to change without losing your center, you become someone others look to for stability and wisdom. This acceptance extends to people as well. When you can appreciate others for who they are rather than who you wish they would be, relationships deepen naturally. People feel safe around you because they know they won't be judged for their imperfections or pressured to be someone they're not. The people we remember most aren't necessarily those who said the cleverest things or looked the most impressive. They're the ones who made us feel something meaningful. Maybe they made us laugh in a moment when we needed joy, offered comfort when we felt lost, or simply made us feel valued and understood. Every interaction is an opportunity to create a positive emotional imprint. This doesn't mean being responsible for everyone's feelings or trying to be perpetually upbeat. It means being conscious of the energy you bring to each encounter and choosing to contribute something worthwhile to the shared experience. Sometimes this means offering encouragement. Sometimes it means providing a different perspective. Sometimes it simply means being fully present while someone shares something important to them. The specific action matters less than the underlying intention to add value to the moment. Building magnetic presence isn't about quick fixes or surface-level changes. It's about becoming the kind of person worth thinking about, worth missing when absent, worth seeking out when people need someone they can count on. This happens through consistent choices over time, through small daily decisions that build into a larger identity. Every time you choose honesty over convenience. Every time you remain calm in chaos. Every time you show genuine interest in someone else's experience, you're building the foundation of unforgettable character. People may not consciously notice each individual moment, but they feel the cumulative effect of who you're becoming. The most magnetic people understand that their presence is their gift to the world. They show up fully, contribute meaningfully, and leave others feeling better for having encountered them. They don't do this to be remembered. They do it because it's who they are. The lasting impact is simply a natural consequence of authentic excellence. The path to becoming unforgettable isn't about manipulation or performance. It's about developing the kind of character that naturally draws people in and leaves them wanting more. It's about becoming someone whose absence is felt because their presence adds genuine value to every situation. Start today with small choices. Be fully present in your next conversation. Respond to challenges with calm clarity. Show genuine interest in someone else's experience. Choose authenticity over approval. These moments of excellence will compound over time into a magnetic presence that people can't help but remember. Remember, the goal isn't to be thought about for the sake of being thought about. It's to become the kind of person worth thinking about. Someone whose character, presence, and authentic care create lasting positive impressions in the hearts and minds of everyone you encounter. Ready to develop your own magnetic presence? Start by choosing one quality from today's discussion and committing to practicing it for the next week. Notice how it changes your interactions and how people respond to you. Share your experience in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your journey toward becoming unforgettable. And if this resonated with you, subscribe for more insights into the psychology of meaningful connection and authentic influence.